I'll share what Sayf had to say during the series, and then we'll come back to that a little bit later.
7-5, and
I can't watch this. I was told not to watch this on stream. I'm gonna have to skip this part. Unless, all right, you guys promise not to fucking snitch if I watch it. You guys promise to use your Prime sub on me for the next 6 months if I watch it. No. Next 3 months. No. Next month. No. Once ever. No. Can I get a kiss?
my mom is gonna give us a little bit.
This confuses me.
This confuses me as well because no one knows if he actually delivered on that promise because they did 7-5 that half.
From multiple angles. Firstly, why Sayf would even say that in a bit, like, I don't get it. And second of all, why the broadcast team would actually publish it, right? For everything.
That's what I was saying as well.
This did not have to be broadcast publicly on the broadcast, but it was, so it is what it is. Now, of course, Vitality in this moment, they, despite the fact that Sayf was 28 and 28, I mean, look at him, 1.04, like, on the Sova, sure, great performance, right? But of course, the team got clowned, and Miniboo on the Neon, certainly on the Icebox, was an absolute menace. And the Haven was not much better. It was 13-10 on the Haven in the end. Heretics got the job done there. Sure, that was their pick, but Vitality on the Icebox, of course, a map where Durka and Fnatic historically were just so strong. Kicks had an awful map here.
4 and 16!
Had a brilliant one. 13-6. Heretics get a comfortable 2-0 win. So, look, my questions about Sayf are not really on the comment. It's more so about the context of the team. Obviously, Sayf, as a very talented individual player, there's no doubt, but, you know, there have been many individual talented players in the history of not just Valorant, but, you know, just FPS esports in general. It happened many a time in Counter-Strike. You get a very talented player who says, yeah, I can in-game lead, no problem, I'll call the shots, I'll call the strats, I'll make it work. And maybe it doesn't work, right? And this is the question on having a proper in-game leader, as it were, that certain teams have, whereas Sayf has kind of stepped into that role. And, well, it was okay at the start of the season, but this could potentially be a very telling result. If you get slapped around by Team Heretics like this, especially with the Super Team, and of course they made the change.
Brother,
the recent change.
Brother, on to the next one. Sorry.
Was Sayf coming in to try and get even better. And initially it looked okay, but this was a test of a series, and it was a test that was failed with flying colours, if that even works. So Vitality go down. Of course, lots of the reaction was to whatever the hell was going through Sayf's mind at this particular moment, and even Jake is like, what could possibly be the context for what Sayf said? And even as, you know, Red Bull says here in the replies, I'd be so caught off guard if one of my teammates said that, which I think is maybe a fair point as well. Like, are you not going to get checked out at a moment like that? I don't really know. Weeded says, Sayf ain't never living that one down.
Weeded, you made it. Is he here? You're in the fucking video, bro.
So people are calling him Safemund Freud, right? Like, those of you out there who know will know what people are getting at with that one. But, you know, then people kind of took the adjustment to say, okay, what about Safemund Fraud? Because maybe he's a fraudulent in-game leader. So that's what I eventually put on the thumbnail, because it was a big conversation topic of last night. Before we close the video, some scrims to go through. And one very interesting one
goodness.
So Envy were playing Lev. This was 15-5, which is definitely a notable result. You know, this is a challenge.
Inspire the GOAT.
Maybe not the best challengers team, but certainly a very strong challengers team that can cause some serious damage potentially. Crew were playing someone, they were down, you know, well, they were up 11-2. This guy slammed Val, was down 2-11. But this was the interesting one. So Loud were playing NRG. As we can see, Luxo's here, DG Zan's here, Toys is here.
Toys is back,
so Toys is back, right? That's the notable thing. Toys is back in, and
we've got Toys
on the other side. So Loud have made a change. They obviously made the change. Toys was gone. Luxo was back in. He played well.
Someone said scrim results as news, Keck W. Wait, now that you say it, it is kind of funny that we're fucking using these. It is funny that the scrim results are a part of our news.
And the team was still bad. So, what are they doing?
Let's review the scrim results.
Is it Vinny? Because I don't think we 100% know. We're not sure whether it's you know, whether it's Vinny or whether it's Karanzan. I don't think it can be, like, there's no way they drop Karanzan, surely. I mean, but therefore Vinny's the in-game leader, right? So maybe the decision is, and maybe it's the right one, like, if I had to guess, it's probably because Vinny was not performing well. You know, I'd imagine that what they've said is, all right, guys, you know, Vinny, you're out of here. We're not going to bother with a leader. We're just going to run around and try and get kills. And maybe that worked in scrims. Maybe
Yeah,
it
it does
works in
show
reality too. I don't know. We'll see. But Loud, it seems, are making a change. NRG were up 13-7 on someone else at some point as well. Sentinels played EG. This was 5-7 at this particular
we gotta
moment.
script this part, bro.
Very much on Twitter, your thoughts and a comment. Just one final thing was
there we
this.
go.
I thought was pretty cool because, yeah, it does sum up some of the things we've been talking about, really. Lev, this is public engagements per post and all of 2025 so far. Kind of crazy to think that Cubert Academy are third on a list that includes all of the pro teams. You know, Cubert Academy are cooking 100T, C9.
Yeah, that is.
That first map doesn't go your way, but going into
NRG, MIBR, etc. You know, G2 are right down here as well. EG have
Who the fuck said Giacomo from eBay? The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Have some respect for the people on your fucking screen.
actually done a bit better. I mean, they're still kind of bottom, but they're actually above Leviathan, which is kind of impressive. These are some of the numbers that Riot Games will at least keep in mind when it comes to deciding who keeps their partnership spot in 2027 and beyond. I mean, Sentinels, Loud, even if Loud don't do very well, they're still a massive organization that represents their region well. So I don't think they're going to go anywhere. It is, you know, we're talking Furia, we're talking EG, we're talking Leviathan, certainly. That will be under fire here to some degree. But very much into your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed.
This is bullshit, Rob. Where's the fucking good shit, bro? That's it? What do the comments say on this video? Justice for Mama Sayf. That's the most upvoted comment. Honestly, valid. I would upvote it, but I'm not signed in. Alright, let's play the Wordle. Are you fucking me? Nah! Nah! I'm him! Nah! I'm actually him. Holy fuck! You got it in two? Suck a fucking dick, buddy. No one asked you, dude. Keep that shit to yourself, bro.
Showcase something better. I mean, Asuna, you saw a tweet just then in the break saying, let's play some Valorant that we can be proud of. So
hey, where's my food?
This is an
here?
opportunity for them to showcase that they've worked on, I would say, the weaker side of the map for most teams.
Yeah.
I think most teams are coming into Icebox thinking about the attack side. It's easier to go and take that space you need to execute.